Am I the asshole for telling my husband's childhood best friend she's too involved with my kid? A bit over a year and a half ago me and my husband gave birth to our son. It was our first kid and we were incredibly nervous and scared we were gonna screw things up. The first week with him back were horrid, he cried all the time and it was ridiculously exhausting, but I'd be lying if I said we didn't know what we were getting into. At the start my husband's BSF was amazing. She would come round all the time, bring us food, spend time with our son babysitting so we could some time away, and really appreciated the help, and she seemed to genuinely love my son. When my maternity leave was finished and I went back to work, she offered even more of her time to help with babysitting instead of me hiring someone. I said that I couldn't make her do that and she surely had other things due, and she said it was fine, she works from home on her online businesses anyway, and she even refused pay. And honestly I didn't mind any of the help until now. I recently noticed on our doorbell that she had been coming in at night while I was doing occasional night shifts. I thought it was strange, but free help, so I never confronted it as weird as I felt it was. But yesterday when I came home from a shift and found my son playing with her and found that he kept referring to her as mama, I think something kinda broke inside of me and I told her to get out. She protested and asked what's wrong, and I just asked her to leave and to not come here again, and she accused me of being jealous and that I was scared I was being replaced. She pointed out that if I was a more involved parent my husband and son wouldn't need a second wife, and I screamed at her, told her if she knows what's good for her she should get out. She finally did. My husband came home a bit after and I told him about, and he just shrugged and didn't say anything. But my mother-in-law called and had a go at me, basically repeating her talking points and saying that I needed to apologize. And honestly I'm at a lost cause at this point. I feel really bad and felt like went too far. Am I the arsehole? Edit. My mother-in-law just called my husband to set me straight, and to allow my husband's BSF to be allowed in the house to see her grandson, and that I need to get used to the fact that my son sees someone else as a mum. At this point she practically is a second wife, especially considering I'm working. And honestly fuck her and fuck all of you in the comments who think I'm a shit mother for bloody working. She called herself your husband's second wife and your husband just shrugged? Really? Major red flags. You have a husband problem. And she lets herself in your house? Remind hubby that he took vows with you and ignore Mill. This woman wants to replace you. Be forewarned. Second wife, not second mother. Just what exactly kind of attention does your husband need from her that you are not providing? That's a weird thing to say. Seems like you and hubby need to talk, because if his response is, well, silence, then maybe he's afraid to say something. Not implying cheating or anything, but maybe there are some issues going on that you are not aware of and he is failing to communicate with you. Not the asshole. You have bigger problems than whether you're an AH. She lets herself in so she has a key? At nighttime while you're not there? And hangs out with your husband and baby all the time? WTF? And sees herself as second wife? So she's sleeping with him? Not the asshole. She obviously wants your spot in the family. She should know better than to let your child call her mama. That's incredibly disrespectful on her part, your husband's part, and your MIL's part. Your husband is the true problem though. Are you sure he's even being faithful? Considering he didn't defend you against his friend essentially calling herself his wife? He's fucking her. I'm sorry, but get your ducks in a row. Edit. Does she have issues with fertility? Am I the asshole for expecting my boyfriend to grab a bag for me? I, 20 female, was at my BFS house, 20 male, yesterday. I am on my period and keep a few tampons in my purse, but had a ton in the bag I brought over, along with my change of clothes. When I went over I went to talk to his mom in the kitchen, and we talked for a few minutes and I left my bag there. I went to his room and he was playing games at his desk and I was on his bed. I started bleeding and went to the bathroom and realized I bled trough my underwear and a little trough my pants. I checked my purse and saw I had no tampons as I forgot to refill it since I had filled the duffel bag. I realized I couldn't just go to the kitchen as I now didn't have pants, and I couldn't even leave the bathroom because someone might be there. I called my boyfriend and he told me to let him finish his game. I asked him how long that would take. He said that it would be like 20-ish minutes till he could help me since him and his friends just got into a new game. I asked if he expected for me to just wait cramping in the bathroom him and his sister share for 20 minutes. He told me that me not having tampons in my purse wasn't his problem and that he wasn't going to sell his game for me. I said that he was being really mean. When he finally came I told him I was upset that he made me wait, and he told me that he didn't know what I expected him to do and that I needed to manage myself better. I said even if I did, I still would have bled trough, which is why I couldn't leave. He told me that I could have figured it out. I told him that I literally couldn't and he just said whatever, and I went home a little after that, and I'm starting to think that I could have planned a little better for it. I think you made a typo. This is your ex-boyfriend, right? Not the asshole. My husband and I were on vacation earlier this month when my period decided to start early. We were getting breakfast and I came back from the bathroom and told my husband S. I said that I didn't have any tampons on me, but it was fine, we could just stop by a store after breakfast. I'd be okay. He immediately went to a waitress and asked her if she had an extra tampon. She got me squared away and then my husband apologized to me. He said he felt bad because he usually carries some on him for emergencies but he left that bag at home. I never asked him to do that, it's just the kind of person he is. That's what real men do, they take care of their loved ones. Not the asshole. Yes, you could have planned better, but we've all been there. Making a mistake, thinking you had tampons in your purse, is not the same as being a cruel, insensitive, evil, obnoxious human being. Your boyfriend is a complete and total awe. He could give lessons in being a champion awe. Does he always bully you into thinking that you are somehow to blame when he treats you like shit? Never mind the tampons, what's he doing gaming with his mates while his girlfriend is there? What a boring numbskull face with rolling eyes. He told me that me not having tampons in my purse wasn't his problem and that he wasn't going to sell his game for me. Ew honey, dump this asshole already. Find someone who genuinely cares about you. His game can wait. He told me that he didn't know what I expected him to do and that I needed to manage myself better. FFS. Is the bar in hell? Not the asshole, but if you keep dating this guy, YTA to yourself. Full transparency, I dried up at just the thought of having a man like this in my life. It's such a small thing, but to be that selfish and unreliable is genuinely concerning behavior on his part. Imagine him in a real-life crisis or something more important. He's shown you clearly that you cannot rely on him or feel safe to make mistakes. Get out now and move on with your life, like for real. Am I the asshole for not putting my mom on the top table at my wedding? I received a letter from my mom today saying she was heartbroken I didn't put her on the top table at my wedding. She listed other things such as not being invited to help me choose a wedding dress or attend my hen party, etc. For context, my mom left my dad after an affair when I was 13 and my siblings 10 and 3. She never attended parents-teacher evenings, has never visited me, until I got engaged, didn't help with any education, proofreading assignments, helping move, etc. Never asks how I am, met my husband only twice before the wedding, has never asked me about it, met my friends, and frankly has been pretty absent. We have a civil but not warm relationship and I see her once a year or so. My siblings not at all. I don't think she realizes this is not a normal parent-child relationship. She thinks she's been hurt and only her. Am I wrong to think her lack of parenting when I was a teen means she doesn't deserve my time as an adult? Am I the asshole for not putting her on the top table with my dad, and beyond that, am I the asshole for not reaching out more over the years? Not the asshole. And I wouldn't reply. If when you see her in person, she brings it up, I just say, I understand you're upset, but those were the choices I made, and change the topic, walk away, whatever, to end the discussion. Heck, even say, I'm not going to discuss this with you. Those are the choices that felt right to me and I'm not going to talk about it any further. She's lucky she got an invitation. Maybe it's time for you to join your siblings in being no contact. I don't know how you think you could possibly be an asshole in this situation except to yourself for letting her affect you. Not the asshole, but your big mistake was not where you seated her, it was inviting her in the first place. As far as reaching out, you have given her as much contact as she cared to have, and possibly even more. Girl, I'd send her a letter back detailing all these ways in which she left you heartbroken. Not the asshole, but I think you know that. Not the asshole, hopefully you told her all of this. Her own choices led to that moment. It boggles the mind of how many cheaters believe that what they have done affects no one and everyone should just move on and forget about their betrayal of family and friends. Not the asshole. The fact you actually invited her she should be grateful for. All the years of little to no contact have repercussions, and that is not sitting at the top table. Am I the asshole for telling my friend I won't split the bill evenly when she orders way more than me? We went out to dinner together, she ordered drinks plus appetizers plus dessert while I just got one entree. She wanted to split evenly, I said no. She's mad. Am I the asshole? P.S. She blocked my number after that dinner date because of that fucking incident, man, facepalming. Not the asshole. She's just mad that you didn't subsidize her expensive meal. Not the asshole, she blocked you because she doesn't want a friend, she wants a subsidized meal. Good riddance. You are the asshole for not inherently knowing the answer to this question. Not the asshole, I literally don't get why this happens. Our friend group always pays for our own stuff. We've never had any issues, we're not responsible for paying for other people's food. Why in the world is this tagged not safe for work? Also, not the asshole. Not the asshole, you don't have to subsidize her choices. If she blocked you, it's because she can't use you. Take the W, friend.